Okay, good evening, YouTube. I'm Sarah. This evening I'm here with my friends Renilson, Natalia, and Gabi. We're going to talk about kids, some things about our childhood, some, I don't know, some tips or some experiences we'd like to share. Okay, this is a free space. This is a free space for us to speak in English, not a class, just a safe environment for everybody to share a little. And we just introduce ourselves, except for Gabi. So can you talk a little about yourself?
Yes, so good evening, guys. I'm Gabi. I live in São Paulo. I am 29 years old. I'm a pharmacist. I work in a pharmaceutical company with rare disease. I've been on Talk since January, I guess. And I decided to be a member on of Talk to improve my English, and I'm the top of my career as a marketing analyst. So for the next steps, it is important to me that the English is normal, So because of that, I decided to be a member.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I always enjoy our conversations, by the way. And can you answer the second part of the question? What type of kid were you?
I think I was a good kid, I guess. I always intended to be a good student. I'm the only child, so I always have these perceptions that maybe I had to be the perfect children. So I think I was a good kid. Of course, I think when I was a teenager, it was more complex. It was more difficult. But when I was a kid, I think I was a good kid. I was responsible. I love it. I spend time with my friends. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a only child. I always have had my sister because I'm the newest one, so I never was alone. Yeah, I was so friendly. It was easy for me to come to a place and start a conversation with other kids. Sometimes I miss that because I can be a little shy depending on the situation, So I wish I could be more open to new friendships. Sometimes it's something that we need to relearn, I guess. When we grow up, we feel like, oh, I should be quiet. I should not speak so much. But maybe we need some parts of this innocence we had as kids. I feel like it could make our lives simple and easier in some ways, or lighter as well. So yeah. And how about you, Renilson? How was you? How were you as a kid?
I was a child who grew up in a small city, so I had the opportunity to play in the street, to play soccer with my friends, and play hide and seek and those kind of games. I was a very how can I say that? I always like to study, so I loved studying, but I love to play as well. I'm not as only child. I have brothers and sisters as well, and I am the youngest one. Um, I was that kind of child as well. I don't know what to talk about
Yeah, just
right
said it.
now. Yes.
Very nice. I wasn't so good at sports, but it's nice to know that you had this freedom growing up, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of lazy, I guess, or I prefer to stay at home or do other stuff than sports because I was so like this, you know, skinny. And I felt like, oh, I'm not gonna handle this sport. I'm gonna fall all the time. People are gonna laugh at me. So I just prefer not to do it, you know. That's me. That was me a few years ago. A few years ago, not so long ago. Okay, I'm young.
Yes.
And how about
We
you?
are young. We are young.
Yeah, just like the,
The
I don't know.
song
Yeah, forever young.
Forever Young.
That's it. And how about you, Natalia?
Oh, I was a skinny kid as well. And I was a nerd kid. I I used to study a lot. I think that I was responsible and mature. I think that I had a lot of my maturity for my age, and I am only child, so I was also super protected. I don't know if it's the word in English. And I was a calm kid, and I spent a lot of time reading.
Yeah, that's so nice. I wish I could know more about the childhood because it always brings great memories, you know. So let's talk about more often, definitely. Thank you, Nat. I'm gonna go to the second question, okay? Second question. Do you have kids? If not, do you plan to become a parent? I know Gabi doesn't have kids, but Milson, do you?
I don't have kids and I don't pretend to have one. I love child, actually. I love children. I have nephews and niece. I have cousins, but I don't pretend I don't intend to have any children.
Do you feel like it's too much responsibility, or maybe you just don't see yourself as a parent?
It's too much responsibility. It's expensive. It's not cheap to have a child.
Yeah.
And I don't see myself as a parent. That's it.
Yeah. I read it could cost over $1 million to raise a child, like until 18 or something like that. Imagine spending all this money. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And when I see the news about environment problems, I think I'm not gonna put a child in this world. Not that I'm criticizing who does, of course not. I love my nephews and nieces and cousins, but the combination of those things make me not want to have a child.
Yeah, that is a fair point. I completely understand you. And how about you, Gabi? Thank you, Milson, by the way.
I agree with Henny Milson. I don't have kids, but I think is my biggest fear, and was always my biggest fear. I don't know. I don't know if I'm capable to edu to education a kid. I don't know. I have two cats, like Natalia said, and like I don't know if I'm a good mother of my cats, you know. Sometimes I was thinking about, oh my God, if I'm a good mother of my cats, like they are happy, I don't know. So this I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm capable to, like my parents, to it is a difficult moment, you know, especially for women. My mother, for example, she had to give up of her work, you know, and in a moment that he had to dedicate it only of me and my father and the things of the house. It is a different reality. I know that sometimes for us women's now is a kind of different. Like in my job, for example, they had the possibility to the father get the licença paternidade. I don't know how can I say it is in English, for the same period that the woman's can, you know, like 6 months. I think it is different, but I don't know. I think my priority nowadays is my job and my cats, of course. So I think for me it's difficult like to think in be a mother.
Yeah, I completely get you. I feel like I change my mind a lot, you know. Sometimes I see a cute kid and I'm like, oh my gosh, should I? But sometimes I see the other side and I think I shouldn't, you know. So I'm always confusing. Good thing that I don't have time. I still have time to decide. But at least for the next 4 or 5 years, I don't have any intention whatsoever to have a kid or even to, I don't know, adopt, because I was thinking the same thing like you. I have a dog, I have a cat that was not mine at first, but she just came in and now she lives here because cats are like this, apparently. They just say hi and next thing you know, you have a cat. So now I'm trying to get used to the situation. But having a kid is like a lot more responsibilities and pressure of society. If you work, you are wrong. If you stay at home, you are wrong. So a lot to think about it. Right now, I don't want it, but maybe in the future I can change my mind, you know, depending on the circumstances, if I have a relationship, a support network as well, that is essential, you know. So a lot of things to consider, long story short. And how about you, Naj?
Yeah, I don't have kids as well, and I don't intend to be a mother for the next 10 years, I guess, or never. And as you guys said, it's really expensive, and I'm okay with my cats. They are the only kids that I want to raise right now.
Good enough. Can you read the next question? And you can choose someone to answer after you, okay?
Okay. What is the best part about being a kid? I guess not have responsibility. You can just play for all day and easily make friends and spend a quiet day, a funny day. You don't have bills to pay. We don't have concerns. So it's really good. And when I was a kid, everybody said to me, "Oh, don't want to grow up." And I was, oh, I really want to be 18, 20 years. And right now I would like to become a kid again. And you, Gabi?
I agree with you, Nat. And for me, is I don't know. I think when I was a kid, I didn't have the fear of the dead, you know. Like nowadays, I don't know if appears anything in my body. I'm oh my God, I'm dying. No, so I think when I was a kid, I was okay. I slept and I don't know. I I don't have vocabulary, sorry, but I fall on the street, you know, and I broke three, 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 then three. Yeah, my nose, you know. So and for me was okay, and now I think this is my. I have the I have fear of the dead, and I have fear to get sick. I think is because is related with my job because I work in a pharmaceutical company and I work with rare disease. But sometimes I mix it of the Gabi that didn't have the concern about disease, about that, and about, yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, you don't know much, so you can be happier in living a simple life. I miss that. You don't have Google. We didn't have Google to scare us, so now we are gonna face this fear, like you mentioned. I feel like for me, the best part was how easy it was. Everything, I used to help my mom with some house chores, but it was nothing so heavy. And right now, I feel like I'm all the time at in the kitchen, washing dishes. You wash dishes, and 10 minutes later, you have more dishes to wash. It's like never ends, And I feel so upset sometimes because I would like to, I don't know, rest more. I feel like the house is eating me alive in some ways. I don't know. It's weird, but maybe I feel like the kids are more, oh, okay, I would just wait for we can leave and go to the pool or go to the park. But as an adult, you have to prepare the food, you have to worry about a lot of other stuff. And it's not so simple anymore, But it's good because you learn how to cook, but sometimes I just want to do nothing. And as a kid, it's easier for you to just write your cartoons and live your life, in a simple way. And how about you, Henny? I just said a nickname. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah, you can call me him, everyone here. I don't mind. I agree with every single word that you said, guys. I think the best part of being a child is not have the responsibility. I feel like now I think too much about the future, what I have to do about my career, relationships, and everything. We have to take care about our family relations, friend relations, bills to pay. And when we are children, we just live the life, as you said, Sarah. Just live the life. We wake up and we're gonna play, you're gonna study, even though sometimes you don't want to study. And we're gonna help with some tasks at home. But most of the time, we don't have the preoccupation of the adult life that we have now. So it's relaxing to be a child.
Yeah, that's the word, relaxing. Also, and the homework was so easy, right? You just had to paint some colors, divide the words, and now we have to, I don't know, become to rent other brain for you to solve some problems with work, with studying, college, everything. I feel like I was smarter as a kid. Yeah, but if I get back to the first grade now, I don't know, I could embarrass myself because I forgot a lot of things. So leave me here so I don't get this shame. So I'm gonna skip number 4, at least for now. Let's go to question number 5. Gabi, can you read this one?
Yes. Do you enjoy playing with kids? What do you usually do around them? I enjoy play with kids when I have the opportunity, but it is not always that I have the opportunity. Like I said, I am the only child, and the most of my family is they aren't a kid, so it's difficult for me like this contact of the kids. The only kids that I have is my cats, and I love playing with with them. I swear all day, like in 6 p.m. they started to call me to start to play with them. It's funny, but it's good. That's strange, but it's really. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but I don't know if I have like patience to do this all day. Like if I was a mother. If I were a mother, I don't know. So I think because of that, my biggest fears is be a mother, because I don't know if I really like of kids. This is terrible. I know, but I don't know. I don't know if I like it. So I like it, but not so much. Yeah.
Yeah, at least you're being honest. It's worse if you are like, oh, kids are awesome, and then you have a kid and you're like, my gosh, what have I done? So it's
Yeah.
better to know now.
Yeah.
For sure. Can you choose one of your colleagues?
Okay, sorry. And what about you, Nat?
I love kids. I think that I still have a kid inside of me because the kids see me like another kid. And I have a lot of cousins, and nowadays they spend all day on TikTok and Instagram, so they don't want to play with me anymore. But not long time ago, they used it to see myself as a kid, and I always asked them how old I am, and they said like, "Oh, you are 8, you are 9." No, I'm not. I am an adult. And nowadays, I have the cousin of my boyfriend, and she's awesome. She's 2 years old, and I love to spend my day with her. But it's really hard because she has a lot of energy, and at the end of the day, I feel like I spend the whole day working out. I don't know. It's really hard, and I love kids. Oh, is this about the? Oh yeah, this is the question. Okay.
Yeah.
And you, anyways.
I enjoy playing with kids as well. As I said before, I have cousins and nephews, nieces. So I talk to them. I play with them. I don't know how to say in English, but the small round ball we play in Portuguese, we say good. I play football with them. I even play with dolls with my niece. She's 2 years old, and we play because she goes around and she runs and she comes and I hide her toys and she look for them and those kind of things. I really like to play with kids, but kids that I know. Like I don't like to play with kids that I don't know because I don't feel comfortable. I don't know if the parents is gonna like that. I don't know. So I rather not play with them, but I like to play with kids that I don't know. Kids of my friends and my family.
It's dangerous if you approach a kid that you don't know and the parents can assume some things about you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would avoid the same, just like you. I have nieces. I have a niece and a nephew, but they are not so small anymore. My nephew, like Nat said, it's always on TikTok. Sometimes I try to get him out of it, but it's not so easy. I like to play, but the only issue is when you try to say, yes, let's play. The kids wants to play every single day of your life, every time you meet. So it's tough. You are getting a huge commitment for yourself, so you gotta think very wisely. Do I want to play not only today but for years ahead? So think well, but I feel like especially if the kid has a little brother or sister, they feel like, oh, I want attention, so they spend more and more time enjoying your company, you know. I enjoy playing with them, but just I have to be free in my mind and with my time. I cannot, oh, I have 5 minutes to play with you. No, that doesn't work. You have to free your schedule for them. It's totally a challenge. So I'm gonna ask Henry to read the next question number 6, talking about network and all of this.
Okay, there is a quote that says, "It takes a village," referring to raising a child. How important is for parents to have a support network? I have to answer that.
Yeah.
Right now. I think it's very important. I have friends and families and relatives. Actually. I have friends and relatives with small children, and they always says that it's very important to have a support network because children get sick. You have to give a mother and a father a time for themselves to enjoy themselves, or even to think about, because children have a lot of energy. They don't stop 1 minute. So it's important. The third, fourth question about babysitting that you skipped. I have this very experience to babysit a lot because I used to do that to my aunt and my brother, because they have to do a lot of things. The adult life don't stop when you have a child, so it's important to have someone to count on. So it's very important. I have to choose someone right now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Gabi.
Yeah. I agree with Henny said. I think it's very, very important have a supported network, especially if it was a first children. I think is a difficult moment. Is all thing is new, and it is not easy. Like you I don't know. I'm thinking about, like, I went to hospital with a baby, and go to my house with a new baby that depends 100% of me, you know. I think it is a difficult moment, and for women, we know that have a lot of hormones, né? It is a difficult period, so I think it's very important have the supported for the family, for our related, like Henny said. So I think it's very important, but I don't know if like is all the family that have this opportunity. I think is the it's a small parcel of the population that have this opportunity, but I think is really, really important. And what do you think, Nat?
I agree with you guys. I think that it's crucial to have a network sport because like Hidmilson said, they need to spend their time. Oh, I think my connection is unstable. Can you hear me?
Cutting a little, but yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's a lot of responsibility, and kids takes energy and a lot of time, patience, and sometimes the parents just need to, I forgot how can I say it, refresh. I don't know if, yeah, it's not refresh, but can be. Yeah.
It's refresh now. That's the word we are using. Don't worry. I don't know yet, so I don't know too, so we can go with refresh. But I understood completely what you said, and that's the main thing here. Okay, I feel like it's, you know, there are some women who get pregnant, they are in college or something, and if you are alone, that's like you have to give up on the college or at least stop it for a while, you know. So if you have someone to help you, to support you, you can, you're gonna stop for a while, but you can come back and graduate. You know, I've heard some stories like that, and for me that's inspiring, because a kid, definitely it's the responsibility for their parents, but they're gonna need to go to school, they're gonna need to have medical assistance. So it's not only about the parents, it's the society as together, you know. You're gonna raise this child in a way that they can grow up and become a citizen, they're gonna vote, they're gonna pay the bills, and gonna be someone responsible, you know. It's only uh, the parents are the most important part, but not the only one, you know. So maybe that was the reason I brought the support network here, because it's like a teamwork in a way, you know, in my opinion. So I don't have more time, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. Would you guys want to choose a question, or can we move on to the next one? I believe question number 7 could be good, just because it's polemic and I like these ones. Can we do this one? Do you guys agree?
Okay for me.
Okay, so moving on. So since Henny is okay, he's gonna be the first one to answer, because I'm evil. Kidding. So
Let's do that.
some parents prefer to educate their kids at home. What's your take on this? Do you feel like it's right? Maybe not? Go ahead, share your ideas.
Actually, I don't have opinion about that, a solid opinion about that yet. But I think it's important to children have a relationship to commute with other children. So if the parent wants to educate their kids at home, at least they need to have other type of activities that allow the children to have contact with other children, because I think the whole point of going to school in a certain age is to be in contact with different kind of people. And in a small way, it's important to have this kind of relationship, to talk to different children. So that's my opinion. It's not a polemic opinion, but that's it.
Yeah, don't worry. It doesn't have to be polemic all the time. You can just exchange your ideas with us. Thank you, Henny. And what about you, Nach?
I totally agree. I think that kids need to have the convivence, I don't know, each other. They need to learn how to share things, how to listen each other. So, like Emerson said, if the children have other kind of interaction with other kids, I think that it's okay. But um, isolated kids just staying at home studying, I don't know, doesn't sound good to me. And you, Gabi?
I agree. I think this could be dangerous for the kids because, like you said, I think it is important the kids have the opportunity to know the different, to know the other kids, and to have to be in contact of other points of view, you know. So I think different teachers in different moments of our lives bring this, expand your thought. I don't know. I think it is important. At least you don't necessarily need to agree of the point of view of the teacher or what they are teaching, but I think like it is important we know about it. And sometimes like you decided to educate it only at home, the visions could be limited. And yeah, I think. And and how about you, Sarah?
Yeah, like living in a bubble, you know, if you are
Yes.
educating your kids at home. I wouldn't do that if I had a kid. Maybe in the future, if I become a parent, I could change my mind. But I feel like it's not only for the kid, but it's also for me. You know, when the kid is at school, I can be other thing that a mother. So in my opinion, that is important because you are a woman, you are a wife, you are a professional. You know, so if you are also taking charge of the education of your kid, you are losing some, not losing or wasting, but you cannot do both things at the same time. So in a way, you are not developing yourself professionally in the way you like. So I don't know, it could be a selfish thought in my my thinking about myself when I'm a mother, but I feel like we need some balance, you know, because if you are doing everything for your kid all the time, you're gonna start feeling like the uh, guilty about the maternity, about your career, and it's a lot of pressure on the kid. Oh, I stopped my life because of this kid. So in my opinion, shouldn't be like that. It should be something else that came to complete your life and not only to be everything around, you know, that little person. But I don't know, maybe that's the opinion of a not mother. So always I'm open to change. And yeah, we have 3 minutes. The last question, number 9. Let's go with this one. Gabi, can you start?
Mm-hmm. If you could talk to your version as child, what advice would you give? Study in English. Studying English, Gabrielle, is very important for you. Don't have the necessary, I don't know. Sometimes like I'm the 29 years old and I'm still learning English. So I think these advices I would give of myself.
Little Gabi, go study English.
Yes, yes. Please.
Fair enough. And how about you, Henny? What would you say?
I have no idea because I looked my childhood and I loved it, you know. I don't know. I didn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. So I don't know what to say. Maybe I will say like Gabi, study English. Because as I said before, I had opportunity to live in a small city, to grow up in a small city and have those kind of experience that I really enjoyed. So I really don't know. Maybe English would be a good advice. Learning English would be a good advice.
Yeah, I understand. It's good that you had such a lovely childhood, you know, because some people have regrets because they couldn't enjoy so much, and I'm happy for you.
Guys, I didn't want to grow up. As a
Now I
child,
realize I didn't either.
I already knew that it was a good time.
Yeah, completely. I think I would just say play sports, because now I hate going to the gym. I'm not so oh my gosh, athletic, you know. So maybe if I had this routine as a kid and this habit, I would be healthier now. Not that I'm sick or anything, not that I know of, but but maybe if I started earlier, now it would be so pleasant for me to play sports and have a healthy lifestyle, you know. So that's my advice for myself. And you, Nach, what would you say?
Oh, I think that I was a kid that concerns a lot about the future. And I would advise myself that don't be so anxious. Everything's gonna be okay. And just enjoy my childhood, because I was a really anxious kid. And of course, study English and play sports, because I hated to play sports. And today I hate much.
It is weird to create a habit as an adult, right?
Yeah.
Feel like you were a kid with an old soul, worrying about the future and everything else. Thank you so much, guys. Always a pleasure. Nath and Milson, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because it was your first time with me. And Gabi, I always get a lot of great ideas with you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna bring the guys back. They are here just to check on the conversation. Okay, I can see some smiles, so I'm guessing everything went good. Right? Who can confirm to me, just so I can breathe and stay peaceful?
It was
Was that
awesome.
good?
We didn't see the time running. The time had just fly so quickly.
Yeah, I'm happy. I love when this happens. I feel like when I call you back and you don't return, I'm like, okay, the conversation is awesome. So good sign. So I'm gonna just ask some of you the questions, okay? So let's go with question number 9, because we didn't have time to ask this one. Natalia Ribeiro, number 9, okay? Do you think Brazilian children receive the assistance they need here in Brazil?
I don't think so, because Brazil don't have like good levels of education, medical assistance, and those are things that are very important in to kids. We didn't have time to discuss this one too. The number 7 was so good. We spent a lot of time discussing number 7, and we didn't saw the time pass.
Yeah, here it was calm, this one. It was not so polemic, but now I'm curious to know about this question. Would like to give some thoughts on question number 7 about educating your kids at home. Who was in the group with you, Nath?
Felipe and Ayla.
Okay, so Ayla, go ahead.
Number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, I think it depends on the people. I think sometimes it's a good option when, for example, when we have enough time, enough money, enough education skills to do this. But it's difficult because we think about the social interactive the kids necessary the kids needs to have this social interact. But on the other hand, there is the bullying situation, and bullying it's a hard situation. It's good to discuss about it as well. So I think it depends on. I don't have one answer, you know. So I think it depends on the parents.
Yeah, we never do our right answer here. We're just thinking and trying to get somewhere. That's the fun here. But I understood your point. I agree. Sometimes you need to provide these interactions, but it's also some traumas that could happen because of bullying, and you never know how the other kids are going to treat your
Fortunately,
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, that is kids got some mental disorder because of the bullying. It's a real. So it's important to talk to about it. Yeah.
Certainly, we need to address this problem and talk it because there is a solution we are not finding yet. We are trying, but a long way to go. Very good, Ayla. And guys, we are about to finish. Okay, I'm not gonna make you stay here the whole night. Don't worry, the whole night. Just a survey you can answer. There's a feedback link. You can give suggestions, say whatever your thoughts are about this meeting. Okay, and give a score. 10, you love me. 0, you hate me. Just 1, it's good because no hate here. I'm kidding. Okay. Henny Milson, can you give your feedback since it was your first time?
I really enjoyed because my speaking skill is a little rusty. I don't have the time to go around and look for people to talk and to create this relationship. And I felt very welcome. So I really liked.
I appreciate it. Hope you came more often, okay? And look no more. You found the place you need to practice English. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome night. And thank you, Gabi, Reni Wilson, Nath, 2 Naths, Wanda, Ana, Ayla, Fernando, and Charles. I didn't talk with you today, but always a pleasure. And put your coat on because it's cold in Canada.
All right, let me say hello for Ayla.
Hello.
Long time no see. And I'm a guy that like this kind of, hey, let me say hello for that. Sinto essa necessidade de relação. Capital do açaí, Ayla, Belém do Pará, I love.
Hey, Charles, I miss you, guys.
Yeah, guys, thank you. Have an awesome night, okay? Take care. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You.